Derek Carr is going to be the 34th quarterback to win the Super Bowl. This is why the Raiders didn't score 38 points in their first game without John Gruden. They scored 34 points because that's a clue that Derek Carr is going to be the 34th quarterback in the history of the NFL to win a Super Bowl. In the inaugural season of the Raiders in Las Vegas, in each of the first two games, the Raiders scored 34 points for a total of 68 points. Because it is championship that has Jamachip 68, Derek Carr is going to be the 34th quarterback to win the Super Bowl, and of course, Derek Carr is going to win the Raiders the championship. That's the whole significance of 34. He's the 34th quarterback to win the Super Bowl because that's partially why he beat the Saints for the first game at Vegas. It's because the Raiders are supposed to be a contender. And Al Davis died at 82 years of age. They lit up the torch or whatever for him. It's Saints says Jumanji 82. Bruce Arians could be 8-2 entering the Super Bowl before Bruce Arians loses to Derek Carr to be 8-3 in the postseason. Now, first win at home in front of the home fans. This is part of the journey for Derek Carr to be a 34th quarterback to win the Super Bowl. And likewise is Kroenke, the owner of the Rams, the host of the Super Bowl, that has gematria of 34. Now, why Carolina? Panthers is gematria 38. The first win against the Panthers, the first win in Vegas against the Panthers is because the Raiders are going to win the Super Bowl 38 years later. The amount of time from the opening win against the Panthers to the Super Bowl is a time span of 74 weeks. The Raiders are going to be, Tom Brady is going to be 7-4 in the Super Bowl because the Bucs were founded in the year 74. The Raiders are going to hand Tom Brady a 7-4 Super Bowl record. Now, their first win in Vegas came exactly 17 weeks before the Super Bowl. It is because they're going to win the championship for the first time since Marcus Allen was MVP. Marcus Allen is gematria 17. It is Dennis Allen that's gematria 17. It is opposing quarterback Josh Allen that has gematria 17. It is Allen Davis that has gematria 17. 17 months later, the Raiders win the Super Bowl without a shadow of a doubt. That's what is going to happen some 17 weeks later from the first win in Vegas. They beat the Panthers again because it's a clue that they're going to win their first Super Bowl in 38 years. You can also draw in the relationship between the first win against the New Orleans Saints with the Super Bowl championship. So that was September the 21st, the day of the torching. This, instead, is 73 weeks. We'll talk about Carolina here in a second. What I also did want to mention, too, I didn't mention this in the SoFi Architect, Dallas, Texas video, but Mark Davis's birthday is May the 18th, and the amount of time from his birthday to the day of the game at Dallas, 6 months, 8 days, gematria of championship. Once again, once I type it out in the calculator. Now, the 192 is significant for Mark Davis in the Raiders beginning the run 192 days after his birthday. It is because they're going to win the Super Bowl over at Inglewood, California. Inglewood, California is gematria 192. The Cowboys are absolutely a trap. It only means that the Raiders Super Bowl run begins at the Cowboys. It don't mean that no Dallas Cowboy is going to win the Super Bowl. All them Cowboy fans are going to ride my ass when I correctly predict the Cowboys the right year when they win the Super Bowl. You can take that to the bank because I got real numerology with the Dallas Cowboys. That is just a fact. I know when they're winning the Super Bowl. It ain't happening this year. Sorry. It's happened a little bit longer. It ain't going to be no Dallas Cowboys this year. That is the reality that we have to deal with. The amount of time from the first win in Vegas to the Super Bowl, 1 year, 5 months, 1 day later forms 151. This is the gematria of the Super Bowl run beginning at the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys is gematria of 151. It's Super Bowl 18 winning quarterback Jim Plunkett that has gematria of 151. 1 year, 5 months, and 1 day is rather super significant. Bruce Arians' next playoff loss. His last playoff loss occurred against Carolina in the NFC Championship game on January the 24th. 49-15. This was a 34-point loss. His next loss occurs to the 34th quarterback to win the Super Bowl. We're talking about his next playoff loss. That is going to happen at the Super Bowl of the host, the LA Rams, and owner Stan Kroenke. So, he will lose to the 34th quarterback to win the Super Bowl after losing the NFC Championship game by a difference of 34 points. The amount of time from that NFC Championship game to the Super Bowl for Bruce Arians leaves us with 73 months. Carolina is Gematria 73. It's also sacrifice that's got Gematria of 73. It is the MVP of the last Bucs Raiders Super Bowl. What was it, Dexter Jackson? What if Deshaun Jackson takes over the spotlight and scores against the Bucs again, like he's already done this year? So the next loss happening, his next playoff loss happening to the Raiders after losing to the Panthers to end a 38-year championship spell. That is when Bruce Arians will lose again in the postseason.